Hey, this is Simon, and today I want to share some tips on how to improve your metal riffs so they sound more interesting. So almost every metal band I know is using rhythmical groupings inside the riffs to make them more interesting. And today I show you how to use them and what groupings there are that you can use. What do I mean by groupings? So if we look at our 16th grid, we can always group our 16th note in little groups of 16th notes, obviously. And let's say we want to group our bar or 4/4 bar in 4 groups of 4 16th notes. For example, you can always accent the first note in that group and play a little riff with that. So it's always 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's already a simple way to group your 16th notes. In my case, I accented the first note and I also used a higher note to make it stand out more. In this case, I used the 12th fret and played the octave. Instead of playing each note, you can also use rests. So if I replace the 4th note of our group with a rest, we have 3 notes that we play and 1 rest. And now if we play that down on a minor scale on the A string, so I'm playing a 7th string today, you can also play that with a 6th string, but be sure to use the lowest string because we play metal. And if I play a minor scale on this string, it will sound like this. This already sounds like a little riff, but I think we can make it more interesting. So now I am placing the first note I played in the 12th fret and placing it on the 2nd note of our group. So now we have this pattern. But that still sounds a bit plain and straight, and that's because we're using groups of 4 notes and we align that and we always repeat those notes. So let's try another way. Now I'm using 2 groups of 4 notes, so like a group of 8 16th notes, and in the first half I play 4 notes and then I do a rest for a quarter note or 4 16th notes. And let's try this pattern. That already sounds good to me, but to make it sound like a riff, I wanted to round it up a bit at the end and create a little answer to that riff, which sounds like this. And I started our groupings on the 2 of the bar. So let me play that riff. And then I repeated that pattern, creating a little sequence that goes even lower on the string. So that's our first riff already, and together with the band it will sound like this. Okay, that's pretty good, and we can already use that for a song. But let's be a bit more creative with that. We still use straight groups of 4 or 8 notes, and now let's look into uneven groups, like groups of 6 or even 5, and how that works. So let's try a group of 6 notes and shorten our pattern. We used 4 notes and a rest of 4/16 notes. So let's shorten the rest by 2 notes, and then we get a pattern of 6 notes. And now we have to be even more precise with our counting, because this one feels a bit odd and uneven. But I counted for you. It will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? And with our quarter or rest of a quarter note in the end, we get this pattern. But now we need an answer that is longer, because we shortened our groups. And I already composed an answer to that. And this one sounds like this. And together the riff will sound like this. And then I can, of course, repeat it. And this time I composed a special answer that goes up the fretboard. So let's play the whole riff. So this one tends to sound more interesting, because we have an uneven structure of 6 notes running against a 4/4 bar, and this creates a feeling of unevenness and shifting inside the bar. Now it gets more progressive. We used groups of 8 notes and groups of 6 notes, and now we use groups of 5/16 notes. And I count that for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this will feel even more odd, because we're not that used to groups of 5/16 notes in normal music. But I composed a riff for you with groups of 5/16 notes, and this one sounds like this. Okay, this is quite advanced, and you need to have a good timing for this, so keep in mind that you will have to practice timing to make these complex grooves sound very clearly. At the beginning of the video I played a riff that combines all of these patterns, and I show it to you again and mark all the different groupings that are in this pattern. So how do we practice this? At first I have to say that I'm using a 7th string here to make it sound more evil. But you can also practice it on the 6th string, and yeah, you just have to transpose the tabs. So when you practice this kind of riffs, always be sure to play them very precisely. So in our case, we need to have a very precise downstrokes and upstrokes, we sometimes neglect the upstrokes. I don't know why, maybe because it goes against gravity, or we learn downstrokes in the beginning. But when you develop your upstrokes, this will be a booster for your riff playing. When you play your upstrokes very precise and very conscious, this will boost your ability to play tight rhythms enormously. Also keep in mind that your other hand is doing hammer-ons, and they also need to be very precise. Otherwise, your right hand is doing very precise timing, and your left hand is doing something else, and that will mess everything up. So they need to work together. So if I wanted to practice timing with this riff, I would pick some of the techniques that we used and combine just two. So for instance, I could combine the downstroke and the hammer-on, and I would align them and practice them to make them sound very even. I could do a little exercise like this one. And then I would maybe add an upstroke. So now we learned what the rhythm grouping is, how we can use it, and how we can practice it. And if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a like, and see you next time.